Yo, so today I'm going to show you how I fixed my broken client acquisition system in my agency, which allowed me to close up to 2 new clients every week, and how I helped a dozen of agency owners to do the exact same thing. This one simple shift allowed me to go from battling with objections and being ghosted after almost every sales call to signing new clients every week and then scaling to a consistent 10K per month. And that's all without doing any sort of cold outreach, without going viral, and without doing a personal brand. This is an account of a personal brand, but the thing that I'm going to teach you here doesn't require to have a personal brand. So this one simple shift, which we will talk about today, allowed Samuel to scale to 10K per month within the first month, and using this simple funnel. And it doesn't really matter if you're just a beginner or you already have a system in place which is getting you deals. This missing piece will either set you up for the right path from the beginning, or it will enhance your current client acquisition system. So if you are a freelancer or an agency owner and you don't know why your system doesn't work as well as the gurus have told you, this is probably the missing piece that nobody's talking about. So I call it selling by showing. And in this video, I will break down the 3-part framework that finally fixed client acquisition for me and for dozens of others. So if you are in any sort of digital business right now, you've been probably told that posting daily and attracting leads will get you deals. Putting in the numbers, like doing cold outreach daily, is going to also get you deals. Running ads and hoping on sales calls is going to get you deals. Or just, show your face, be more authentic. That's going to get you deals. And I know all of that because I have been running the same thing for myself unsuccessfully for most of the time. So if that alone worked, why are you still stuck grinding for each deal, right? Like, why are you still closing just one client and maybe every 3 weeks and praying when the next one is going to be? And why are the only leads you're getting broke, skeptical, or ghosting you, right? It's not that you're bad at what you're doing. You probably have a service delivery on a pretty decent level. Like, it's that your entire sales process is missing this one crucial element, which is the trust. Now, here is what nobody actually tells you. People don't buy because you say you can help them. People buy because they see you can help them. Now, this is a small tweak right here, but it's going to make the biggest difference as we go through the video here. So your problem is that you are trying to tell people when you should be showing that you can deliver. And without this ability to create a digital trust, you're basically effed. And I can't use the curse words, although I would want to. So the leads don't convert. Even the good leads will go cold. Like, nobody buys from you. The opportunities which you see like could convert, they just decide not to go with you, right? So you have a funnel that sells by telling, like doing sales calls, like just telling people, hey, I can do this. But today, the ones who scale the fastest are people who are selling by showing. And when you switch to that system, your whole business is going to change. And now let me show you what I mean by that. So imagine you have 3 agencies offering the same exact service, right? Same price, same promise, and same skills. And they decide to, let's say, run ads on Instagram to get leads. And why I say Instagram? Well, like, everybody checks here. Like, no matter what lead generation system you do, everybody's going to go on Instagram to see, are you legit? Websites can be faked. But Instagram, just everybody trusts social media. Now, the first example is a profile where they just have empty profile, right? Empty Instagram profile. They just have profile picture, something like some sort of a logo. They run ads to that site, right? The second account has some posts there, right? Some value content, let's say, some tips, some carousels, some how-to videos. And they also run ads. And then we get to the third one, which turns every sales call objection into a piece of content, right? It could be a story, it could be a reel. They break down how they solved client problems. They break it down into daily stories, right? They post proof, they post client results, they post testimonials, insights, breaking down the system. They have a daily stories with a call to action at the end to have a chat with them. And this is actually my profile that I run, which I'm going to teach you. So guess which one creates the most amount of digital trust, right? Like this one with just a profile picture, this one where they have like a random videos, random carousel, random posts, or this one that actually, goes over what clients might be asking themselves. once they land on a profile. So guess which one is going to get more clients? If all of them do the same client acquisition system, like they all do Instagram ads, like which one is going to get more clients? So obviously the one that sells by showing, right? Because buyers don't want more tips. Like people who you get as clients for your done for you service, they don't want to know how you operate, right? They just want to know, can you deliver, right? They want to believe you. They want to trust you. And the only way to get there is to get them on your profile and make them watch your content over and over again, every day, like daily content, but daily special type of content, right? You can't just post how-to videos. You can't post tips. They don't care about tips. They're not other marketing agency, right? They're like people who you are going to serve. So they don't care how you run your Facebook ads. They want to know, can you deliver? Like they want to see proof. They want to be sure that if they invest in you, they're going to get their money back, right? So that's what selling by showing actually is. So it's trust building at scale using a simple daily content. And that means 15 seconds of a reel showing your method, explaining your offer a little bit more, a screenshot of a DM where a client thanked you, where a client sent you that they got some results, some numbers, some testimonials, right? Some good messages, a story breaking down why client signed, what is like a before and after connected to the results of your clients. So if you learn how to make content that sells, you will be able to get new clients every week, and it won't be even that hard. Like the only thing you have to do is post content every day, and your leads will stop ghosting you. They will show up warm, right? They will already trust you once they get in a conversation with you, either through DMs or through a sales call, and they will be ready to buy because you take your time to show them that you can deliver. So selling by showing is basically converting your sales call script into a daily content. How can you do that? Like, what is the actual process? Because it's easy to say like, hey, just post content and, sell by that. Like, it's too vague. Like, what does that actually mean? What can you do? Like, how does how-to video differ from content that actually sells? How do you apply this principle of selling by showing to your own client acquisition system? Let's break it down into a clear 3-step process that any agency owner, any freelancer, and any digital service provider can apply. And that's all without a personal brand, as you've seen the profile before. And I'm gonna go into that in a second. Without any expensive softwares or any upfront investment. Or just in ads maybe if you want to, but you can also do it without the ads. And even with a low following. So you don't need to have thousands of followers. You just need 20 good followers to sell to them. Because the truth is, the biggest reason why you're not getting consistent clients isn't that you're bad at what you are doing or the leads that you get suck, right? It's that nobody sees the proof you can do that. So for example, if you have some sort of a freelancer offering to get 40 qualified appointments to a dentist studio, like obviously they want 40 qualified appointments. Who doesn't want that, right? It can convert into thousands of dollars, but they don't trust that guy. They don't trust the guy who randomly, like where is the proof? Like, how can we know for sure? Some screenshots on your VSL won't do that because you can fake it. So they need to be sure that you're not a scammer, right? So the first step to make this all work is to nail your niche, and specifically the rich side of your niche. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Most people post content for everybody in their niche, but that will just attract broke clients. Not everybody in your niche is wealthy. For example, I work with construction companies, and not every construction company is a business that I want to work with. So I want to differentiate them too. So broke construction companies and rich construction companies. Like, how can I speak just to the rich ones? If you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. When you're trying to sell by showing, your first step is to define the rich part of your niche, the ones that are already spending money to solve their problems. Right? You want somebody who has the mindset, okay, I'm going to invest to get something back. And not somebody who's just beginning, because they're usually stingy at the beginning. I hope that you're not selling something like, we offer, we're going to get more money to business owners. That's so vague that's not even, that's not even acceptable to think about it. Like, I'm assuming that you already have a niche, but I want you to dive even deeper into your own niche. Let me show you what I mean here. So it's not just that you target fitness coaches, because most of them are, as I said, broke. You want to target fitness coaches selling high ticket one-on-one. And then you know who you're talking to, right? This is the thing where you want to get. So it's not just e-commerce brands. It's a skincare brand spending 10K plus per month on ads. That's when you have a juice. That's when you know who you're talking to and how to make content for those people. So the second step is turning your Instagram profile into a client converting asset. Most agency owners and freelancers profiles are just random bios, a generic posts, and it's no wonder that nobody reaches out. It's no wonder that your ads don't work, that once people enter, they ghost you, right? They see that there is nothing there. There is no credibility. There is no trust being created at the first sight. So trust is at all-time low now. And the main source of trust comes from the social media. You can fake things on your website, but you can't fake daily stories, daily posts, the active button on your profile. Like you're there every day. Like you show that your agency is active. You can't fake that, right? So not your website, not your fancy landing page. Like everything is connected to your social media. That's your core trust machine. So you need to treat your Instagram profile like your landing page, something where it speaks directly to your dream client and it screams, I helped your dream buyer to get the clear results in a short time. And I'm going to prove that daily. That's the point of your profile. And this is where the digital trust starts. Now I'm going to show you my own zoomed in picture of my own profile. This is a screenshot from before. I have like 400 followers right now, but it has been working since I had like 50 followers. So the way that I created this profile is I copied the mechanism of running a personal brand. And I just converted that into running it as an agency. And it turned out to be faceless. The system is like literally bulletproof for done for you systems and done for you service providers. So you have a clear profile picture, you have the offer in your bio, you have a lot of story highlights where you present your testimonials, you have your system explain your results. The more results you have here, the better, right? And also you have pin posts where you show who you are, you show how your system works, why is it better than everybody else, and you have your best testimonial and results right here. I have other videos on this YouTube channel, so you can check it out how to set this up in details. I'm just gonna go through this quickly now. And the step number 3 is where we get to this selling by showing, get it in action, right? So you create faceless content daily and you use stories, reels, and ads in my case. Now you see me using this term faceless all the time. And you've been probably used to seeing only personal brands doing it this way. But the truth is, in agency space, in done for you space, they don't give a F how you look or what your daily routine is. Like they just don't care. They only want to see, can they trust your agency? They want to see, can they trust the offer that you presented to them? Either through cold outreach, which I don't recommend, but if you don't have any other choice, you can do that, or through your ads. Right, so daily faceless content actually puts a maximum focus on the thing that matters the most, which is selling by showing here. I'm going to present you my faceless Instagram funnel that I run, and we're going to focus on the content. But before that, let me just break it down how it works. So in my case, the way that I get new leads is I use Instagram ads, okay? And once I get them to follow me or to DM me inbound, I then nurture them with daily stories and reels, and then I convert them by selling in DMs. Of course, you don't have to copy the same funnel. The most important thing here is how to make the content. My setup, again, is I spend $10 per day on ads. I inject this fresh, high-quality eyeballs into my funnel daily, onto my profile, and then I use stories and reels to nurture them daily. And this is how you get 1 to 2 deals literally every week, and you can get like literally in the second week of running the funnel. If not, it may take some more time because not everybody is going to be prepared to go immediately. With ads, you're gonna catch people who are ready to go now, but if you're gonna go any other way, like cold outreach, probably people will be prepared to go with you in some distant future. Short, but still not second week. Whichever type of outreach that you choose, let's focus on the stories and reels here. Now, the themes that you take for your faceless content that sells is speaking about the pains and desires of your clients and how you can help them, right? That's why knowing exactly who your niche is, what is the rich side of your niche, is going to help you here. You want to know exactly what their pains of the rich ones and what the desires of the rich ones are, so you can talk about them on daily stories and daily reels. Then you're gonna go into objection handling, where you take, let's say, 5 most common objections that you get, and you speak about them on your stories. Literally every day you speak about them. Then you can have the service explanation, where you copy your pitch, like the pitch part of your sales script, and then you can mention the results and testimonials of your current clients. If you don't have clients right now, you don't have to speak about this part, but service explanation, objection handling, pains and desires, you can always talk about it in whichever part of journey in your agency or freelance business you are in now. Now, when we speak about the faceless content that works, the actual content that you can post for the stories, you can run anything from your personal life surroundings. For example, you can take a photo of your laptop, right? Or you're outside on a coffee. You can take a photo of your coffee and then inject the themes inside of that. You can show your workspace, as I mentioned, or you can use a stock footage, which I completely transferred to now, and I don't post anything from my personal life surroundings anymore. I just do the stock footage. For Reels also, just stock footage of your niche, working like people on the videos or on the photos, and that's it. So let me show you the examples of Reels. These are all like 6-second Reels just to fill my profile, let's say, a bit. Like I don't do Reels anymore. I just post daily stories. So it's pretty simple to run once you get started, right? Once you have the first, like the initial 7-8 Reels, then you can just transfer to just doing stories. And you can see stories here. Like I have my life surroundings. I did that for that periods, and then I have like this one of just, it's a random pixels presentation of my niche. Like it's a construction worker doing something. For now, like this is working. Like I just do this right now. So it's all stock footage, but I just do that every day. So which effect does this have on the people that are watching, right? On your leads? They see there is a real person behind the brand. They see there is somebody actually going inside and posting every day. They see there is an expert because the themes that you cover are pretty specific. You're targeting the right things, and the trust is being created day by day. So here is what I realized after trying every client acquisition strategy under the sun, literally everything out there. So with the cold outreach, which I did at the beginning, I realized that like 99%, even more of people just ghost you. They hang up on you, like they don't respond, right? The combination of ads plus sales calls without running a brand, without selling by showing, you just get a never-ending loop of no-shows, of broke leads, and explaining myself to people who just didn't get what I do. Like they were so uneducated on the system, they didn't get what was I doing, what was I offering, right? Although the offer was there, although the email sequences, like pre-call sequences have been set, it was just too short. They needed to see more. So I had the situation of being booked literally all day on those sales calls, and I couldn't close anybody. I would close like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 clients per month on the best months, right? But it was regularly nothing special. The organic content, it was just too slow, too hard to measure without any control. So I couldn't control who is going to see my content, right? You can't control when you go viral. It's just too hard, too unsecure to run. And what I've seen is that all of them were missing this one thing. They assume that people already trust you, right? All of those client acquisition methods, but people didn't trust me. And that's when it hit me. Like, what if I stopped telling people I could help them? What if I just start showing them? What if I overwhelm them with how can I deliver on the offer, right? What if I stop chasing them and start like actually attracting people inside? That's how selling by showing was born for me. So it's a whole new framework for the client acquisition. It's an injection that nobody is talking about, but all the personal brands are doing. Here is where your profile, your stories, your daily content does the selling for you, right? It turns your daily insights, your screenshots, your case studies, all the client conversations into a content that builds belief bit by bit. Like you're not rushing. So when somebody finally DMs you or you hop on a call, they already want to buy. They've seen what you do. They trust that you can do that. They trust that the offer can be delivered. And they've already made a decision in their mind. So the only thing that's left is just the logistical things. That's the power of selling by showing. And that's why every other method feels like a grind. Because without this, no system is going to work. Especially now going into the future where trust is literally being slimmed down to nothing. So without putting in some upfront work, with creating trust, like you literally stand no chance. If this clicked for you, if you tried everything but still feel like you're missing something, this is probably it. Selling by showing is not another tip. It's the missing foundation behind literally every fail funnel, every unqualified lead or ghost DM that you dealt with. And if you want to start using it to close 1 to 2 clients per week, then here is what I've done. I broke down everything I've learned from building this system, the exact funnel I've used to go from stuck and invisible to a consistent 10 to 15K months into a full step-by-step process called the Faceless Instagram Funnel. I spoke about it briefly before. So it shows how to build your rich niche, how to set up the trust building Instagram profile, how to launch a faceless ads, how to start converting leads into high ticket clients using just DMs and daily proof content. You can get access now. It's around $100 depending when you're watching this video. The price might go up, of course, in the future. If not, I hope this video made sense for you. I hope you will test it out and I hope you're gonna see some results with it. If you see some results, just comment below. I would love to see your results. Any questions, of course, comment below. I will try to answer everything.